Welcome to Palio's Chalkboard Thursday. If you're wondering, yes, that is a horse. We are shooting in Saratoga Springs, New York, home of the oldest thoroughbred racetrack and sporting venue in the United States, Saratoga Racecourse, and home to Palio. We're an advertising agency. Over the next few weeks, we are going to fill this chalkboard with insightful, thought-provoking topics around branding, marketing, and multi-channel integration within pharma. So sit back and enjoy Palio's Chalk Chat.
Welcome to Chalk Chat. I'm Michael Smith, a senior brand strategist here at Palio, and today we're covering the 6 key factors to designing an effective lead nurturing program. If you have ever spent a single dollar on demand generation, you know firsthand how expensive, time-sensitive, and challenging it is to make the most out of every lead you acquire. Many companies do a good job of generating leads, attracting prospects to a website, trade show booths, developing e-learning modules or e-details, or even buying lists for email blasts. The problem is that most new leads are not ready to engage. So if a sales rep does try to contact a lead before he or she is ready, the result is an unsuccessful conversion or agreement to use. As a result, leads are risks or have a tendency to risk of getting lost, ignored, or snatched up by a competitor. This is a particularly interesting point within the pharma industry with some of the recent challenges we are faced with in communicating with our targets, both consumers and physicians. Doctors have less availability, sales forces are downsizing, etc. To make things even more challenging, the buying process has fundamentally changed due to digital and social media. Prospects are now spending more time online doing independent research, obtaining information from peers and other third parties. That's why companies are meeting prospective buyers earlier than ever, and is a key reason why having sales attempt to engage with every early stage lead is premature. Now, Scott Albro, CEO of Tippett, an online business media company, suggests that only in the last third of today's purchasing process do buyers want to engage with sales reps. This changes the role of marketing. Instead of generating leads and moving on, today's marketers must synchronize their marketing throughout the life cycle of the buying process, providing potential buyers with high quality content that is contextually relevant. In sum, our targets are now in control. We as marketers must understand their needs, react in a relevant, timely manner, and start building a personalized relationship with them, even if a face-to-face personal one cannot exist. According to a recent demand gen report, nurtured leads are 20% more likely to turn into sales opportunities than non-nurtured leads. Today, I just wanted to take the opportunity to review how lead nurturing can range from very simple to very complex, and covering these 6 key factors which you should keep in mind when designing a simple lead nurturing program with one very powerful key factor. It makes use of a portfolio of actions to get leads into the right track and turn them into qualified leads for sales reps to act upon. First one is how will you segment the tracks? By audience, role, title, or buying stage. You can segment in multiple ways. The issue is balancing segmentation with content. 4 segments times 4 communications is 16 pieces of content. So we usually recommend starting with a prioritized segmentation, and you could always get more granular after that. The second one is who will enter any track at all. Some critical questions around establishing that and trying to figure out where your lead should come in. You could ask yourselves, should your existing database come in? Should new leads come in? What do you do with competitors? These are all things you want to keep in mind as you're developing your lead nurturing tracks. The third point is who will enter a particular or specific track. This is the most exciting factor of all. You could harness the power of marketing automation plus your sales and marketing team to powerfully decide who should get what type of communication and when. Some examples of that is if someone visits your website or if someone clicks on a particular link. The next one is, can leads be in multiple tracks at once? Clients tend to have different views on this. As an example, you may want to pull leads out of a generic track once you know they've become more qualified. The next one is how much time between communications, so communication frequency. Typically, the recommended time between communications varies between 1 to 4 weeks. This time should make sense given the length of your revenue cycle. An early stage nurture might have a 3 to 4 week time frame, while a late stage nurture can be weekly, given the prospect is potentially closer to a buying decision. And lastly, what happens if a lead gets to end of a track? One option is to move them, of course, to another track. If they get to an end of a specific track, it might make sense to put them back into the generic track of an ongoing branded communications. Another alternative is to put leads on a newsletter list if they get to an end of a track, so they could be at least create a touch point going after that personalized communication. Each of these factors is typically a marketing discussion point. Working through these key factors and designing your programs will lead to developing a successful personalized relationship with your target audience and to build qualified leads for sales to follow up with. Thank you for turning into Chalk Chat. Be sure to turn into next week for more insights. Thank you.